start off by saying all praises and glory and honor to YAHAWAH BAHASHM YAHAWASHI BAHASHM YAHAWAH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, teaching nothing but the 100% truth. And shalom to you, very beautiful Akim, that's believing in the truth and pushing the truth throughout the four winds. And shalom to you, very few Aquaf that's listening and learning. It's your brother Ahmad out of Jacksonville, Florida. Lord willing, coming back to an edifying video. But I titled this one, Trusting YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, Not in These Women. And it's more so like for the newer brothers, man, that's coming in. Brothers probably got 6 months, maybe a year or two in. And always battle with women, because I've been watching the videos. That's like the hot topic right now on the women. You know, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI getting on, you know, Eve. But anyway, just give my personal testimony, man. I'll give my personal testimony. And Lord willing, it's edifying. Lord willing, it, you know, it helps. You Akim. Because, you know, we're in those times, like, you know, like I said, hey, man, these women, a lot of these women in Babylon, they're through. And the scary part for them is they don't even know it. But they are through, and the Lord is going to kill them. But anyway, it's like 3 years, I think it's like 3 years ago, maybe 3 years and a half. Personal testimony, man. Jake was, Jake had his, Jake still been working, you know, for the post office, right? And I end up meeting this woman through the post office as well. And, you know, we, you know, got together, and Jake ended up buying a house with Eve. Now this is way before the truth. This is way before the truth. Not knowing what I was doing at the time, didn't know that I was making the wrong move. And I'm not saying for those that have, you know, houses with your rib, that is the wrong move, because you do have sincere sisters in this thing. You have sincere women on this end. But those are very, very hard to come by, as you see in Babylon. But anyway, got a house with this wicked Eve, man. And Eve was a rebellious hell, just rebellious, man. You know, couldn't say anything, didn't like, she just could never take accountability, you know, could never accept accountability, man. And that, you know, she was older than me, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I was, you know, Jake was on this stuff. Jake always been on this stuff, you know, because, you know, ever since I was young, to be honest, I didn't have a choice but to grow up fast. So I never really had the opportunity to live a life as like a kid, really. I've seen a lot of things and done a lot of things at a young age that most children don't do. But anyway, but she was rebellious. She didn't cook. She didn't want to listen. And so I remember when, but you know, Jake stayed, you know, because majority of the time for us brothers, you normally get with women that's kind of like a favor of your mom or maybe an auntie, you know, or your grandmother. So Jake stayed because I seen that same behavior and them same traits in my mom. And this is how you know we got to get out of bounds, because a lot of things that you think on this end that is right, it is not. A lot of things that you allow to play in your face, it is not cool. Trust me, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is not cool with it. And even though we say to ourselves, it's cool, I'm gonna just keep dealing with it. Now, especially if you're a man of the Lord, or even to you sisters, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you're of the hopeful elect, hey, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is either gonna move it, you know, or kill it. Anyway, got the house. Eve was rebellious. Eve went on a trip. Eve went on a trip with her girlfriends, and I got, by this time, Jake was listening to the truth. At that time, I started out in IUIC. I was watching Bishop Nate videos. I wasn't even, and then Sakari, and then I can be honest. When I came across the GMS videos, the GMS brothers videos, and I was first started watching Elder Manat Zakbak and Elder Adawan Gabar from out of New York. And when I started watching their videos, and then Orlando, Trust and Truth Orlando, brother Azaria, and I started watching their videos, it was like, yeah, this makes sense. And so I was like, then my spirit cleaved. So Eve realized the changes that was taking place, because that's when Jake started doing videos, right? Jake started doing videos and everything. And then in the beginning, Eve, she was listening, right? She was cool with it. She knew about the multiple wives thing. But next thing you know, as the more that I started growing and started just being obedient and putting my faith in YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, she flipped out. Like she totally flipped out. She was out of there. Anyway, she went on a girls trip, and I told her I didn't want her to go, because me personally, I don't believe in women hanging out with women per se. I just don't. I will never. I don't date women that have a lot of girlfriends, or you just always like to be up under your, you know, your I don't know, your family a lot. Me personally, I just don't deal with it. It'd be too much. She went on this girls trip. Come to find out, Eve got taken on this girls trip. I'm gonna show you how good YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is. As a matter of fact, let me read this, because you gotta understand. Hey, it says, let me get it. Ecclesiasticus. And this is how I knew she was this. It's Ecclesiasticus 26:7. It says, an evil wife is a yoke, shaken to and fro. He that have held of her is as though he had a scorpion. And man, I didn't know, the more that I kept holding on to something that I didn't need, it was killing me, literally. Jake was getting sick. Jake lost a lot of weight. I didn't know what was going on. Meanwhile, I was still following the videos, listening to the videos, studying, writing down my notes. And so, come to find out, Eve went on this girls trip, right? And Eve, I told Eve not to go. And next thing you know, she got up there in her own trip, and she kept calling. She didn't want to get off the phone. I'm like, no, I told you not to go, but she went anyway. Trying to figure out what I had going on back here. Next thing you know, I kid you not, on her last night. I'm gonna show you how powerful YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is, because when you stay submitted to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and you just stay following YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, hey, anything that's not supposed to be on your path, anything that's supposed to be moved, is gonna move them. And I never forget, before she left, I was watching a video from Brother Azaria. It was a video how he was going into how, hey, you women that's out of order, if you're not, it was like 3 years ago, if you're not submit to your husband the way you're supposed to, hey, the Lord's getting ready to move you. And she was around when I was watching the video. So anyway, Eve went on this damn trip, man. Come to find out, on the phone with me, the girl, she sat in the car. This is how YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is cold, man. He made her ass sit in the car while the girlfriends was in the club and in the restaurant, and she in the car sitting, talking on the phone with me, crying. Then the girlfriend comes out of the club 2 hours later, right? Which is married, by the way. Just adultery everywhere, right? And gets in the car. As soon as she gets in the car, she snapped off. And she told everything. Not knowing that I was on the other end of the phone. But she told on her. And she's like, oh, I brought you on this trip, fuck on niggas. And, we supposed to be having fun. You supposed to be staying with me. You was going to leave that dumb busted nigga. And I was like, wow. Like, what? Come to find out, everyone, including her 2 sons that she had, that I took care of, her and her 2 sons, and her family, and her friends, and people at my job. People knew she was leaving. I was the only one that didn't know. And so, personal testimony, like I said, I say that to say, man, don't trust these women, because you got to go through the reason why you go through the trials and errors and affliction on this end, man, especially for a lot of us, you know, that's you know, some of us headaches on this end. That's some of our trials and tribulation on this end is the so-called woman, man. I mean, the so-called nigger woman, man, or you know, Judah, Benjamin, either or, you know, Levi, or the Latino tribes, you know, the northern tribes. Doesn't matter, but that's some of our affliction. And one thing I'm just, you know, like I said, it's for more of the new brothers, man. That's, you know, you've been in this thing 6 months, maybe a year or two. Don't put your trust, as it tells you in Proverbs 31:3, man. Don't put your trust, don't give your minds and your hearts over to these women. Because I'm telling you, as it tells you in Ecclesiastes 7:26, it's nothing in their minds and hearts but snares and nets. They're always looking for ways to trap you. And one thing that, you know, if I was wicked, the Lord would have seen fit to probably keep her there. But as I got closer to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and I started reading and I just started, hey, keeping my focus and my attention on YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, hey, whatever that situation was that I was dealing with, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI moved it. Come to find out, man, hey, she moved herself. I didn't even have to do anything. And so a lot of times, the more of the story for this video is you gotta just trust in the process, man. You gotta trust in YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, because a lot of times you're gonna have women, man, they're gonna come, they're gonna hit on you. Next thing you know, you get the number, but then they don't call or they don't show up on the date. Hey, that be YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, hey, saving you from yourself, because you don't know what a lot of these women, have done, man. You don't know what a lot of these women is doing behind closed doors, and they come off as they're so innocent. But man, when you think about like Job, like look at Job's wife. Job took care of his wife, and then took care of his family, his children, right? Had all the riches. Next thing you know, guess what? What she said? Curse. What she told me? You need to curse God, and you know, just curse God, just curse him. That's what be in these women's minds, man. Because when things don't go their way on this end, as we see, man, they want things to go their way. These women, this is their end too. This is Eve end too, because on this end, just like Esau, everything has been given to them. Everything has been, they get all these, they get food stamps, they get child support, Section 8, they get these little checks, especially if you got if they have a disability child, they get these checks. So they've been given the golden cup, man. And so, don't take it personal. If you're not getting women on this end, man, you got to come up on a level. You got to thank YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. If you had a woman in this thing, and that woman chose, that like they say, oh, it's too hard, that's too much. They didn't want to, rock with you. They didn't. Hey, that means they was never for you anyway. 1, 2, they're not of the elect, and the Lord don't want them. The Lord just gave them to you. That way they can be marked. Because a lot of the women that we have dealt with, a lot of women we encounter with, in some shape and form, they done heard about this truth, man. And they don't care, especially dealing with us, because we told them what to do, as far as we're not eating pork and crab and all that. Tell them, hey, wear some dresses, rehearse, wear some dresses. And they didn't want to listen. When you look in this generation that we're living in now, man, like I said, it's just a personal testimony. These women don't want to be obedient at all. They don't fear anything. Why? Because when you have social media, all these different social media platforms, you got men, you got slow belly Jake men. This is why a lot of you slow belly men, man, you're gonna be put to death because you effeminate and you push this wicked vibration that the woman is God, the woman brings life. That mama, that Jody spirit. Nah, the Lord gonna kill you, because at the end of the day, the scriptures clearly tell us that the woman is the weaker vessel. So there's no such thing as that she can be equal with us. She can't. And this, like I said, I'm only doing this video because I've been, watching the videos, and Lord put it in my spirit for like the past 3 days. So I was like, let me just be obedient. Let me just do the video. But just going to show you, man, at the end of my story, Eve left. And I'm gonna show you how wicked Eve was. I took money out of my own self to get that house. Eve ran off with $16,000 of my money, and I ain't got that money back to this day. That's how wicked Eve was. That was $16,000 out of my own self, my own money that I had from working at my job that I got that house, and she ain't running that back. And then argued with me and said no, she was supposed to get half. But when we got in the house, she didn't even pay the mortgage. I paid the mortgage. The only thing she was left with was the HOA and the JEA, which is showing you how wicked they are, man. Only thing that's in their hearts and their minds is snares and nets and traps. They only look to benefit themselves. If they can't benefit themselves, they're not gonna deal with you. And this is why I'm telling brothers, man. Hey, if you got women, if like even now, you know, I might do a part 2, because even now, Jake just got rid of a headache. You know, Jake just got rid of a headache. You know why? Because rebellious, didn't want to listen. You know, didn't want to submit fully. Didn't trust in, you know, my leadership. And like I said, you know, a lot of us, we battle with like, man, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm a chill. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's my affliction. You'd be surprised, man. A lot of things that we deal with and that we say that we okay with and we cool with, hey, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi is not cool with it. He's not. He's not. Anything that's causing you your attention or wavering, or you start slacking off, you don't want that around you, man. So you got to make a decision. And that's the decision that, you know, I'm glad that Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi is allowing me to make, man. You know, hey, just focus on Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Everything would play out the way that it needs to play out in due time. Because right now, quite honestly, when you look at what we up against, you don't really want women at the stages that we in now. These women don't fear. Even those Shalom, brother. Listen, man. Hey, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi has really tapped on us, man, and turned us back to him. Because we understand, man. You gotta understand, we're little Yahawashi Mashiachans, man. We're gods, you know, and we're rehearsing that. We're rehearsing to being the upcoming rulers. So you don't, just like Yahawah's not gonna put any slow belly 2/3 Jake that's lazy and slothness, you know, just being in any and everything, all the different philosophies around Yahawashi. It's the same thing with us men. Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, he don't want just any type of slothness, slow belly Eve around among us, and that's pressure on you on Eve, because you women don't really understand what you're part of, and that's gonna constantly keep coming out, because the Lord is constantly warning both, you know, hey, Jake and women, but you know, more so this video is for you know both parties. If you know, because Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, he's not gonna put just any slow belly Eve around a hopeful elect men. You got to understand that too, man, especially those that's faithful and diligent and doing the work. You know what I'm saying? And then you around here fucking off, you back mouthing, and you trying to assert your authority. They don't understand Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. That's why a lot of women are about to die, man. And are those that's with brothers that's still doing that and still involved in that behavior. You're getting ready to be moved, man. You know, you're getting ready to be moved, because Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi don't play about, hey, his sheep. Hey, and those that's truly, sincerely seeking Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man, with their heart and repenting, you know, crying out, you know, the headaches, the hardship, man, that we men have to go through, doing overtime when you don't want to do overtime. Then you get called out, or you don't spend time with us. You don't spend time with the kids. You don't understand what you're part of. So then they make excuses, and next thing you know, they end up running off, and they leave, and they go back into the world. Well, there's a judgment that comes with that. That's why it tells you in Proverbs 14:1, it says a foolish woman teareth down her own house, man. Roughly paraphrasing. A foolish woman tear down her own house, man. These women are foolish. They tear down their own house. I was watching a video by Elder Manat Zakbak this morning on, well, it was yesterday, but it's brother did a recap this morning on, he was walking on the beach, and Eve, that was in the truth, was so-called in the truth, she gets on there saying, she left a comment on, you know, what about if her husband, you know, don't listen to the word, he weak. What she said, he was weak and all that. And I'm like, you see how they talk about us? They think we weak. And the only reason why Eve still talk like that on this end is because, like we said, Eve don't fear, man. You'd be surprised how much these women, they really don't fear. Even those, Shalom, brother, Shalom, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. No. That's why I'm telling you, the moral of the story, man, trust in YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Don't trust in these women. Do not trust in these women. You just keep your eyes single, straightforward, and understand we are here for a mission. That's why, brothers can't stress it enough. You can't take everything personal, because even the scriptures say, hey, what it says, I believe it's in Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter, where it says, if she trespass against thee, what is it? Marvel not. That's what it is. Marvel not if she trespass against thee. You can't even marvel at it, man, because it's not suspicious. Hey, Shalom. Shalom. Hey, Shalom, bro. Shalom, y'all recall? Shalom, bro. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI Barakatah. Hey, Shalom, brother Azaria. Shalom, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI Barakatah. Bro said, because they all think it is a phase that we go through. Yeah, they do. And they do. They think it's a phase that we go through, man. They really do. But see, they don't understand that, hey, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, even for themselves, because if YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, remember, everything starts with us men. If the Lord puts the spirit on your man to turn back and, live righteously, rehearse righteously to the best of his ability, don't you understand that benefits the whole household? But see, they don't look at us as their saviors. They don't. They don't. Because in their minds, they're still westernized with the doctrine of they can call on Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ is going to save them. And this is why they about to find out in a very painful way, man, that, hey, the ones that talking to these slow-bellied women, man, you think the Lord is with you? He's not. The Lord gonna kill you. Bro said, Lord took everything from Job except his wife, which was part of his affliction. Right. Hey, that was a part of his affliction on this end, far as he had to go through. And it was, yeah, his wife, hey, curse God and die, man. What is it? Curse God and die. And that's what be in a lot of these women's mind. But at the same time, more of the story, that was Job's affliction. That's a lot of our affliction on this end, man. Like I said, not for every brother, but for some of us brothers. Like, I'll use myself. I would say for myself, that's my affliction. That's why, Lord willing, I pray that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI keep the spirit on me to keep going and do this thing, because I told YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, I do not want to come back through a woman, period. I just don't, and that goes back to like I said, all of us been traumatized way before this truth. Like I said, I had a rough upbringing, and, I would say the best moments was the last 2 weeks with my mom, man. That was the best moments that I had with her, period. That was the best moments, like the last 2 weeks, because everything that I'm doing now, the Lord had me, I was all my life, I chased after my mom. And this is why I said we've been in Babylon so long, because you don't realize what you accept and what you put up with on this end, it goes into your adulthood. And then you're thinking that, man, that behavior, because it's learned behavior, you're thinking that, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, it's cool. No, this is why you go through the trials and affliction, because the Lord got to get that out of you. The Lord got to show it, hey, that's not supposed to be there, right? So growing up, chasing after my mom's attention, one of my mom's attention, and then got older, and then I was like, I'm not doing that no more, and then I start putting my attention to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Man, before my mom died, I kid you not, before my mom died, my mom was looking for me. My mom had 3 children. My mom was calling me. My mom was asking me to pray over her. My mom was asking me stuff about the Bible. My mom was asking me, what is the Lord's name? Then when she passed, coming to find out from her closest cousin, which is like really her sister, and then her husband that she got married to last year, they both came to me and said, everything that you was telling your mom, I don't know what you was telling, but everything, she kept talking about it and she believed. And then before she passed, I have it on my phone on video, my mom was calling on the name of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So going to show you, everything, it comes and it'll fall into place at the time that it need to fall. The moral of the story, you just stay focused and keep your mind and your eyes single and keep your minds on YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, man. Hey, the women are going to come at the time that they need to come. Right now, when you look at on this end, these women are not right, man. They don't fear. Even those that say they fear, they don't fear. When you got social media, when you have all these things that's still intact, that's competition. And we can't compete with that. You're not going to compete with that. You're not. And not saying that we out here trying to compete with it, because, hey, our attention and our focus should be Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi over everything. You're gonna lose women. You're gonna lose houses, cars, jobs. These are a lot of these are part of the trials and errors, man. These are part of the afflictions on this end, and you gotta understand that. You gotta understand that, man. But if the Lord can have you still keep going in this thing, and you've been able to, go through those things, hey, the Lord is definitely dealing. And that's another thing, Jake, because we get told from being grown up in single mother's household, you ain't gonna be shit, you ain't shit, you don't listen, you gonna, hey, you ain't nothing, Then you grow up with that mentality thinking you ain't nothing. Hey man, if the Lord's tapped you on the shoulder, you know the Lord's name, you understand these scriptures, you got to know that you're worthy, man. You got to know your worth. You got to know that the Lord loves you, and you got to know that boldly. Never disrespect Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi by having a little faith, man. Just know. You just know. The more, if you're rehearsing, you're reading, you're seeking, every day you wake up and you're thinking about Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, what you can do better. You're studying what you can do more. Then you better know that Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi dealing with you, and don't second guess that. Don't. No matter what anyone tell you, especially these women, your mamas, your aunties, your grandmamas, listen, because it's not for everyone. Jeremiah 3:14, roughly paraphrasing, say, I would take one out of a city, two out of a family. Look at you and look at your family, man. Is everyone in your family calling on the name of Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi? Are they repenting? Are they rehearsing? Do they think about the Lord like you think about the Lord? Then more so of the story, you got a chance more than they do. You got a way better chance. When you look at the world that we live in, do you see a lot of these people, your co-workers, your family members, people that you walk across every day, you see them calling on your name, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, and in transit? No, but you are. So you got to, believe in Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man, over everything. Especially women, but over everything. Just, keep your mind single. So anyway, I pray this video was edifying. It's your brother Ahmad out of Jacksonville, Florida. Jake done pulled up to the plantation. But, may the blessing lesson be upon you, Akim. And you very few Aqua, but you Akim, your household, man. Stay with your minds on Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Everything will fall in place to when it needs to. Shalom.